Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps, SRE, DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you.
Okay, so how to create an image or how to share an image. So guys, you can create an image using existing container, but you need to have a plan for it. But before that, I want to share with you some of the information about an image. Yeah, so I said image is nothing but, if you remember that, it has a root file system, users file system, and application. It has a no boot, that means no kernel inside the image. Okay, so you have to have a little bit information about image. What happens? Image is having multiple file system, multiple layers. Let's understand this. So this is the one layer, this is another layer, this is another layer, and each layer, okay, these are the file system. Let me show you this one and then you will understand this. So let me delete all the containers first. So I'm stopping all the containers and I'm deleting all the containers. And here I'm deleting. So now you see that there is no yeah, just a second. Yeah, so if you see that there's no containers, now how many images I'm having, let me show you. So let me delete all these images. So docker rmi to delete an image. Okay, so I'm deleting httpd python image and alpine image. Ubuntu image I'm not deleting it because it's a lightweight. So let me do one thing, let me start from fresh one. So let me delete this image also. So here, so docker rmi and delete this image. Now you see that there is no image, so there will not be any containers. Now where the image is being stored, so image, remember that image I said very clearly, image will have a multiple file system. So there's one file system, one, and these three file system together we call it one image. Okay, that is something which we have to do. So where exactly that is located? So it's located in the var lib docker overlay 2. Here it is. So now you see that here there's nothing actually. Okay, so now let me show you that I download this docker full ubuntu, and if I download the ubuntu image, only one image I'm downloading, size is somewhere 150 or something, and you see that here, look at this is the one layer. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll delete this image also again, and I'll go for httpd image. So rmi and ubuntu, I'll delete this, and you see it's gone. That layer which was created gone. Now I'll download HTTPD. So pull HTTPD, and here downloaded another image. And now see that here how many layers you have: one, two, three, four, five. I guess 5 layers. See, 5 layers. So these are the file system. You want to see that file system? Let me show you. Size is, see, so this is the 5.8 MB, this is 60 MB, this is 88 MB. Let me go inside this and let me show you. So CD and dev folder, see that, uh, and see here, this one. Okay, so here what is happening? So image is nothing but a collections of file system, mind it. So in this image, the one which I showed you, we talk about Docker images. How many layers you have? How many file system? So here Docker inspect, this is the image, file system. So that's what I was showing you. Okay, so like this. So here what happens, image is consist of multiple file system, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and it can be multiple. So here always the first layer 0, 1, 2. So here you have always a root file system. Root file system means it can be CentOS, it can be Fedora, it can be Debian, it can be root Kali, different flavors, CentOS, RHEL, Ubuntu, it can be anything. And then let's say your application is Java is here, only Java files will be here, and then here will be Tomcat, like this. So this image, you if you say Tomcat image, so you'll have a root file system, Java and Tomcat. If you get an image of Java, then you will have only this. If you get only 1, 2 image, we'll have only this. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So one image
So
you
the
may have a one image you have a
like
multiple one file
like
system or
Rajesh,
multiple file system.
hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, Rajesh, like for HTTPD we have 5 stages, right?
Huh. So that must be you want to check that what exactly that is. So you can check that this location, and you can go inside that, and then each file system will have a certain files. So one will be root, one will after that some changes, after that some changes, after some. So little bit changes will be there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So first always will be root file system. Then it can be some other things. So what happens when you create a container? Mind it, when you create a container, all this layer get merged into and get it into one layer. This is one extra layer get created. This layer means file system. Let me show you. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you see here df-case. There is no mount here. There is no mount. I'll create one container only from HTTPD. So run -d HTTPD. See here one container I created, and you see here one mount, and if you see that here, see here 5 we have it. Ignore this was a runtime environment. This is the one. So one layer got created. So what happens when you create a container? All this get merged, one layer get created, and this get attached to the container. One more container. So here one layer, and then this get attached to a container. This is what happens. So now the question was how to create an image. So first you have to decide the strategy. Strategy is like, for example, your app name is Apex. Okay, Apex. So you'll have to ask, you have to decide Apex is an app which is based on which technology? Java, PHP, .NET, what? So let's discuss about the Java. So now you have to decide, okay, if it is Java, then first you need a root file system. So which root file system you want to run? CentOS, Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, and all. Let's say decide Ubuntu. So this is you got a Ubuntu. So now in order to run Apex, you need a Java, correct? So on top of, so this is one layer, layer one. Okay. Then after that, you'll have a second layer, which you have Ubuntu. Oh, sorry, Ubuntu is there, Java. So then Java layer. Then third layer, what you have? Application server, Tomcat. And then fourth layer, you will have what? Fourth layer, you will have Apex. So here in this layer, you will have only Apex code. In this layer, you have only Tomcat code. In this layer, only Java code. And here you have a root file system. So this is a 4 layer. So now strategy number one, you can do one thing. You can download the Ubuntu image, which you just I was using too many times, and this one on top of that, this one you install it in another layer. This is a one layer. You can keep it all this thing in one layer. Strategy. You have to create a strategy, one layer for this. That means you go inside a container of Ubuntu, first install Java, Tomcat, then an application install it, and then create an image, and one layer will become a total 2 layer. Are you understanding? All of you?
Yes.
Now
No, sir.
other,
Can you repeat it again? The same.
yeah, so here in order to create an image, you have to understand their runtime system. For example, forget about the container right now. Let's say you want to run one application, Jenkins. So Jenkins need what? Jenkins need a Tomcat. Tomcat to run what you needed? You need a Java. Java to run what you need? You need a root file system. Root file system to run what you need? You need kernel. Correct, no? So kernel and root
Yes.
file system you have in your operating system. Then install Java, Tomcat, Jenkins. The only thing is I'm doing this is all you decide whether you want this one in one layer, or each one of you want in separate layer. You just decide. Got it? Correct now?
Okay.
So here, what I'm saying, so you got a Ubuntu container, and then inside that, go to inside container, install Java first, then Tomcat first, then application, and then create this layer, and that image is ready. So that means when you run that image, then you will get everything: Ubuntu, Java, Tomcat, and Apex. Understood, all of you? Hello?
Understood.
Hello?
Sir, basically Apex is like the combination of
Application.
Ubuntu.
Ja-
Yeah, so
Java.
it is the combination of, okay.
Apex means application file system. Like this is the
Like
application file. This is one
we
application.
can,
Tomcat means
like you can
Tomcat.
say
Okay. Now, okay. So now, next thing is, let's say you say no, no, no. I don't want in this layer Java Tomcat application. What I want, I'll go for Tomcat image. Directly you go for Tomcat image. Do you have a Tomcat image? Yes, you have it. You have a Tomcat image. Look at this here. Docker pull Tomcat. Spell image, Tomcat image. So in the Tomcat image, what we'll have? You will have a some root file system. We'll have to check it can be Ubuntu also. In the Tomcat image, you'll have Ubuntu also, plus Java also, and Tomcat also. And then this is the one layer. This is the it can be one layer or multiple layer, and then you on top of that install the application, and then your image is ready. Simple. Your strategy you define. Are you understanding? All of you?
Yes. I got it, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So this is you decide. So now what to do? Simple. You want to create an image using existing container. So you decide the strategy. Let me discuss about the PHP stack. PHP, let's say you will need Ubuntu On top of that, to run any application, let's say DevOps School is running on the PHP. Okay, DevOps School is running on the PHP. So for PHP, what we for running the DevOps School, what we need? So we need, you decide, you say, oh, I will have a base Ubuntu, and on the top of Ubuntu container, I will go and install XAMPP, ZAMPP. What is a XAMPP? So XAMPP, you have a few software together. One go, we have everything. So here you have Apache, A for Apache, M for MySQL, P for PHP, and phpMyAdmin. So all these things you have it one top of it, and after that, so install XAMPP in one go. You install 4 software, and then on top of that you install DevOps. And now this is a final image. Now this final image you have it. So what you did, install XAMPP, configure XAMPP. Here you have MySQL also, and then install the application files of DevOps School, and then image got ready. This image you can run. You will get a DevOpsschool.com. Are you understanding? So here you have to decide first of all, understand that for any application you want to run, you need a first of all app server. Okay. Then you need a web server. Sorry. First you need a web server which you can access it. Web server. Then app server and database server. And then you need applications also. Okay. So apps will be installed in application server. Here database server, in this case, if you look at this, your MySQL. App server, if you look at this, here you have a PHP, and web server, if you look at this, Apache. Correct now? So what you need to do, step number 1, get a container, then install XAMPP, which will get all the software, then configure the DevOps School, then you get image. In case of Apex, first install Ubuntu, then install Java, then Tomcat, then application, then you get an image. Are you understanding now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's do that actually in real, and then you'll understand. So let's understand. My manager came and said, hey, you have to create an image. So what image you have to create? So you have to create a base. You have to create a base Ubuntu, and then on top of that install Git, install Apache, install Java, anything, and then some applications, Apex. So what to do? So I'll do that in front of you so you'll understand this. I'm creating one container from Apache, Ubuntu. So I'm selecting the base. You can take the Apache also, which will have everything, but it's up to you. I'm adding in the one container, one container. Yeah, one layer. This is one layer. Okay. Let me just a second. Okay, so this is the one layer. So you decide whether you want in one layer or in a multiple layer. You decide. The question is, what are the parameters you will consider while deciding whether it should be in one layer or multiple layer. So you design the system. You say like Ubuntu, I'll just put it up in Ubuntu. Then you need Java, then you need a Tomcat which requires Java, then Tomcat, on top of that application. So if you want this image ready all the time, okay, then use the Tomcat image. If you want to change the Java, then you have to start from here. If you want to change the Tomcat version, then you have to start from here. If you want to change the Apex version, then you have to start here. So do you decide? Everything you can do in one image, one layer, multiple layers also. Design impact will not be there. So ultimately what will happen? Remember that. Ultimately, no matter how many layers we have, all these layers get merged into the containers layer actually. And then you see inside a container. So whether it's one layer or multiple layer, not a problem right now. Design is important, architecture is important. So now come back to the topics here. So here I want to create an image which he asked Ubuntu base, then Git should be there, Apache should be there, Java should be there, application should be there. What to do? So I'll go and create a one container. So Docker run -itd Ubuntu base. I'm taking Ubuntu as a base. So this container I am taking, enter. So Ubuntu was not there, so download it, and now you have a container. So this container, you see, go inside that. So how to go inside that? How to go inside that? So Docker exec it container ID bin bash. Now Git is there? No. Java is there inside a container? No. All other software is there, which Apache is there? No. So nothing is there. So what to do? Install it. So how do we install it? It's just like your work in the operating system, you have to work on it. apt get install update, first update operating system, update it. After that, what I'll do, I'll install the Git Apache like this. So let me install Git now. Install Git -y, installing the Git. Okay, and then install Apache. Just like that, you are doing everything inside a container. Why? Because you want to create your own image. So Git is there also. Apache 2 is a package name. If it's PHP, then XAMPP installations will be doing it. Got it? XAMPP installations, XAMPP Apache 2. Here you press Y, install it. So now in the container, you have all the software installed. So see here, look at my screen here. Which Git, you have it. Which Apache 2, you have it. Like that, you install all the software. Now let's say you want to run the software in a OPT directory. So come out of it, Control PQ, okay, and then index.html copy in the OPT directory. So Docker ps. This is your package index.html. It's a simple visualization. Index.html and then container ID, and here inside that opt you copy. Sorry, cp. It should be like this. Done. So do you have this package? This is your software index.html. Just for So Docker exec. Let me verify, and then ls opt. See, you have it. So like that, you will modify the containers as per the requirement. Are you understanding, all of you? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And after that, once you are done with it, okay, once you are done with it, then what to do? You have to create an image. So let me show you the guys. You look at my screen here. Everything you have put it in the one container right now. So one layer will be created. So Docker history Ubuntu. I'm showing you the Ubuntu. So this command will show you the history of this. So this is the last layer which you have in this Ubuntu image. So look at this. I'm creating containers image. So here, commit this container, Docker commit, and -m. What is that? Like Apex you have, and who are you? Author Rajesh. And which container you want to commit? This one. Which image you want to not name it? Apex. Enter. That's all. You created a new image which has a Ubuntu also, Git also, Apache also, index.html also, and you see that here. So this is my new image. This has everything. This has no Git, no Apache, but this has it. So I want to show the history of it. See here. Till here it's Ubuntu layer, and this is your layer which you committed 173 MB. This layer has a your code, Apache, Git, and all. So now what will happen when you create a container out of it? All this layer will get merged into one, and then that will get attached to this. Let me create a container out of it. So Docker run -itd this image Apex, and enter. Now look at it. I created one new container from Apex, and this container Docker exec. Let me check that if Git is there or not. There. Apache 2 is there or not? Which Apache 2 is there? And you have opt file index is there or not? So see here. Understood now? Hello?
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
this I did it from the scratch, okay? But most of the time you will take a environment runtime. For example, here I discussed, look at this. Here, in order to run PHP application, let's say DevOps school, you need one image which has Ubuntu base plus all the software needed. So XAMPP you can directly download also. Let me which has everything. So you can go to that here. Sorry, hub.docker.com, hub.docker.com, and just type a XAMPP. It's application server. It'll be there. So search for it. ZAMP, XAMPP, right? Yeah, XAMPP or LAMP. So many things are there actually. So here, this is the application server, and this is from the company. This is what you needed. Okay. So here you got it, and this is the applications. Download it and just download it and create a container from here. It has so many layers because it's application layer, so many layers. Create a container from here and then just feed the DevOps School site and it's running. Getting opens. So here you got the XAMPP directly, everything you got it. Create a container out of it and then feed the devopsschool.com and then create it.
Rajesh sir,
Okay, so
how to
now
feed our code?
see your Docker images. Now I got the XAMPP only. See, you can create from the base also. It's at 1.3 GB. You can create from base like Ubuntu. Install one by one everything. I just said. Or you can directly XAMPP, which have everything already. So what you do? Docker run -itd XAMPP app. Done. And now you have to install your application code in this, which has a runtime environment already. It got exited actually because of some reason. See, so XAMPP required some runtime environment, so you have to read this for that. Okay, so let me check this. Oh, it's exiting, so it could be some parameter which is required actually, and I'm not passing it. That's the reason it's triggering failure. Okay, what was the question?
Sir, like my question is how to feed our code in that container, in that
How to
XAMPP,
see
like
your code? You go inside a code, right? For example, how to see your code? First of all, see, in order to, okay, I'll tell you step by step. First of all, don't look for the code. First of all, go and set up your application manually. Set up your application because you don't understand your application first and you are trying to automate it with the Docker image. So then application means what? Okay, I install. So you do in your in your laptop, in your VM first. So I will do, for example, let's say first thing what I will do, I will install my VM or Ubuntu this VM. Then I'll install PHP, then I install Apache, then I install MySQL, then I install applications and applications. These are the directory structure of application. Then I modify configurations. All these things you do it manually. Manual process, once you understand, then it's easy for you to do the stuff in the container. Whatever, remember that whatever you do in the VM, you will do inside a container, and after that you have to run this command, commit command. Getting my points? Whatever you do in the VM, you will do inside a container, and after that you will do the commit command. That is something which you have to do.
What is
Hello?
commit command, Rajesh? What
Commit
happens when we
command.
commit?
So what happens? Let me tell you here. So here what happens? This all the image layers of image get merged into the one layer which get attached to the container, and if you modify anything it get modified here only. Okay, so delta, remember that whatever modification has happened in the container, delta is getting committed and create one layer on top of it. Delta actually said. Okay, so next time you have this root file system Java Tomcat and this, let's say, application which you install manually here, this you committed and it get created one layer. Next time from this whole one you can create a container. So you said what will happen in the commit. So commit will commit the delta content into the fresh layer, and that's the reason I was showing you that. If you see the history of Apex delta layer, history of Apex till here it's Ubuntu. This is your Apex. This has Git, Java, and all this thing what you did in the container. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
So that is the reason. First thing what you have to do, don't jump on the Docker. First step, do install manually every steps you follow and configure your application in your VM. That VM, it can be Linux, CentOS, Fedora, Debian, SUSE, I don't care. And then you do one thing, same thing, you take a base VM, base image in a container, and then modify the same thing which you did in the VM, do inside a container, and then commit it, your image will be there. So simple. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got an image. Now guys, this is a manual process. Okay, I repeat, this is a manual process to create an image. Automated process, I don't want to confuse you because too much of data overloading, you'll get lost. Automated way to create an image using Docker file. Okay, Docker file. So Docker file is a automated way. That means if someone will say, hey, create a container manually, I showed you manually so that you understand the logic. But automated to create a container using Docker file. So Docker file, you have to write some code actually, little bit of, it's not very difficult, very easy. Okay, so you can use that elements. Elements we have, let me show you that. I have a dedicated session for Docker file. So search for Docker, go to the Docker course. And here, this is the 2001 video. And somewhere here, you will have a Docker file tutorial, or here you have this one. Check it out. Okay.
Rajesh, can we access all these courses from LMS
Yeah, why not?
or
I'm
only
accessing.
which?
No, everyone can access everything. Is a lifetime enrollment. In simple way, if I tell you, you don't have to enroll any other courses anywhere in the whole world. You have a lifetime access for these classes, and video update will happen. So here, Docker file. If you want to learn, someone wants to learn how to automate this manual image creation process, then you can do that. Right now, I want you to play with containers only because that way you get confused. I mean, that way you get a strong. Okay. But future
So
goal is
Rajesh,
you to write.
you will teach us Docker file in next session or what?
No, Docker file you have to go through after these practices. You can go through this yourself. It's I think 1.5 hours of recording. You will go through this one, or if you want this one of this video will be there. Okay. Now let me, okay, else I'll give you some idea, nothing great about it. How to write a Docker file. So whatever you did manually, I will write a code for it. How? So base Ubuntu from what? From Ubuntu. This I'm writing a Docker file, okay? So you'll get some idea, you'll not get scared. Who are you? Maintainer. My name is Rajesh Kumar. What you did? So I run inside a container. What? So apt, first command I run, if you remember, update. Apt get update. Second command I did what? Run apt get install what? Git na? Git -y. Third command what I did inside a container, I did what I installed, I forgot that. Apache, right? Apache.
Apache
So,
2.
yeah, and after that ultimately I copy that my file index.html from the host machine to where opt location. These are something I did. Remember that? Hello?
Yes, Rajesh. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
we
that's all.
remember
It's
it, but
coding is done.
do we have
Coding
a
is done.
step by step like a command? like
Correct.
that,
Yes.
in that
Yeah.
same flow.
Yeah. Let me show you here. So go to mkdir dd cd dd. Now copy this file from index.html to dot. Here you have it. vi docker file. Nothing great. I mean, just I don't want to feed too many things. You get lost. But you know what? You'll have to have this one. First practice it, whatever I taught you. Docker file. Now build it. So the command is to build the image from the Docker file is docker build. So docker build hyphen t ramu dot. That's a command for that. That's all. This will create an image. This is the automated process. Okay, but little bit of explanation required for you, so that for that you can go for that video. It will be easy, but only if you complete all this thing yourself, then you try. Understood?
Understood.
Done, guys. So here now you see that new image created, Raju Ramu. See here, look at my screen. Okay, so now guys, this is something which you can do with the Docker file also, but little bit of explanation is required. Now next thing is, how do we share an image? Because I created an image, Ramu is here. How can I share an image?
Share
How
with
can I
who?
share it? Share with you, with my colleagues,
Okay.
with my team.
Okay. Okay.
Correct? So how, from where you got the image? hub.docker.com. So yes, you can share and register image using that one also. So here you can create accounts, anyone, you can create accounts. You can register it. I have accounts actually. DevOps schools, something like that is there from last many years. And I logged in it. And this is my password. And here it is. So anyone can, just like a GitHub, okay? So you can log in it and create a repository. So here I create a free repository. Name is XYZ, the unique name actually. I'm just keeping it because I'm using from 6 years. I don't know what and now I created. So I created one repository, and now what I'll do, I'll push my image which I created in local Ramu inside this one. So here the repo name is this one. Mind it. So push, you have to do the push. So what to do? First, I'll do the naming convention, match the naming conventions. Repo name must match from here. Ramu, I mean this repo name must match with this one. What I'll do? Docker tag Ramu to this one, and you see that I tag it. Both are same image, but same image, but it's just I tagged it new name. Now I'll just log in it. Docker login. I have a username and password, and it succeeded. Okay, succeeded because it was logged in first. So log out, again log in front of you, and username is DevOps School, password I don't know. Login succeeded, and docker push, and what is the image name? This is the one. Push. Simple. Now you see, anyone in the whole world, those who want my image, okay, which has a Git plus Apache plus index.html or whatever it is, you can go public view and pull it and use it. What's the big deal? Make sense? All of you?
Yes. I have a question right here. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say we have like two container, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the two different container, there is two application is running in each. And then let's say we need to get some data from one application to another, right? This hosting
Mm-hmm.
in the two different applications. So is it possible to get that data from one container to another container?
Yes, that's possible. Volume, I showed you that in already. Map the same volume with the both the container. You can share the data through the mount.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So to make the database connectivity from the application container to database container, right?
Hmm.
So how do you do that?
Okay, simple thing. So you Docker will not help you here. You need to understand the application. How do
Okay.
you connect? This is the application with a database.
Uh-huh.
So there is one configuration file. Okay, in the applications, in that file you specify, let's say config.prop file is there, and this, in this file you have to specify host name, username, password, and port number, and database name. Correct, no?
Yeah, you correct. Yeah, URL,
Yeah, yeah, URL, host
driver,
name of
driver.
this container detail. That's all. So this will connect to this database container.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
Rajesh,
does it
what?
matter? Does it matter with like it's running in the different network, or it should be running in the same network?
Same network. For example,
So
if I'm
that
running the application in my machine, my house, and database in your
uh,
house, will it connect? No, there's no connect. So you have to match the network. There is a network concept also there. You have to match the
okay.
network, but it'll be too early for all this thing. You'll get lost actually.
Okay. Okay.
Right now, use only one network. Don't go for multiple network using Docker.
Okay. Okay.
And Rajesh, what is the, Docker Compose?
Hmm. So Docker Compose is basically a command for, it's a tool actually. Docker Compose is some additional tool. This tool will help you for automating all the Docker related work. When you are a developer, you must be using lots of Docker create, start, run, remove, stop, link, this, that, volume, network, lots of command you run it, and you get frustrated because you don't have one services, you have a tens of services. You get frustrated. So Docker Compose is a way to automate everything and saving a time. So I think I have a Docker Compose video also. Need to check. It's here. So just check this Docker Compose here. You have a videos on this. It's another tool. It's not a Docker, and you can use this one. Got it?
Okay.
More questions, guys?
I do not have any questions.
Yeah. Practice required actually.
Yeah,
So Rajesh, is
really
there
need the
any
practice here.
is there any live example like
Live
for the
example for
Docker,
what?
like Docker usage in the organization, like?
Whatever I taught you is a live example only. For example, I'll put it in this way. Uh, I'm going to I taught you how to use computer. Now you are asking, hey, how to use computer for live example? Is it making any sense? You will how to open a file, how to log in, how to troubleshoot, how to access laptop. These are the things you'll do. This is a platform training. It's not a programming training. Getting my points? You need to learn how to create a container, how to get inside a container, how to come out of the container, how to access the container, how to troubleshoot the container, how to create an image. Those are the things you need to know. There's no live example for it. This is a live example. Whatever I taught you. Getting my points? It's a platform training. Platform means you will learn the platform to use your daily work. Getting? More questions, guys?
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.